That'd be great.
I think I've got the resolution.
Cool.
I'd like to welcome everyone to the Wednesday, February 28th meeting of the Pine Bluffs Town Council. Will everyone rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay.
First item is the agenda.
I move to add resolution 2024-09 as number 3 under new business.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to add resolution number 2024-09 to item number 3 under new business. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
I move to approve the agenda as amended.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the agenda as amended. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Consent agenda.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second it.
Moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. On to new business. Item number 1, Resolution 2024-08. A resolution authorizing the town of Pine Bluffs to join with other political subdivisions of the state of Wyoming as a participant in the Wyoming Cooperative Liquid Asset Security System, Wyoming class. Yes. Sorry, I didn't see the parentheses.
I move to approve resolution 2024-08.
Seconded.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution 2024-08. Any other discussion?
A little bit. The landfill moved half of all of their assets into Wyoming class. And to date, it's Wyoming class is $2,253 ahead of WyoStar. So I think it's a good move.
Great. Anything else? Hearing nothing. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Item number 2, investment proposal for Wyoming class. That's Kim.
Yes, so the resolution approves us opening the account, and I am proposing the following amounts be transferred into that account. I listed the current account information, so cash available on hand is $1,326,563, and then we do have our current investments of another $166,417. I propose leaving those investments in place, the WyoStar and our certificate of deposit, but pulling some funds from our pooled cash account, $250,000, our utility fund savings, $100,000, $50,000 from our general savings, and $100,000 from the project account, for a total of $500,000 to put into Wyoming class. As you can see, the current interest rates on those accounts are not super high. Both of our savings accounts, we generally don't touch those, so it would be nice to see a little bit of income from those savings accounts, but I didn't want to close them all together just in case we, change our minds after a year of having Wyoming class. And then I think that we would be comfortable to pull that 250,000 from our operating account, since our balance is, currently it's running between 820 and 920, but generally we're around the $1 million mark. We're just slowly getting back up to that point after we did our cemetery project and a couple of other general fund projects that really depleted that account. So I feel confident that 250,000 would not negatively impact our operating account. But due to the liquidity of that Wyoming class investment and the availability to just move funds around as needed, I also don't see that being a problem. I think that the $500,000 would be a good place to start. I'm also proposing that our signatories match our current bank account signatories, so that would be the mayor, myself, and Renee Lovett. And then that the key contact for our Wyoming class account be the mayor and myself.
Yeah, that looks good.
Sounds good to me.
I move to invest the recommended amount into our account at Wyoming class. Sorry, I could not remember which one we were using today.
Did I say it right when I was talking?
I think you did.
It's easy to mix them up.
Would anybody like to second that?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to transfer $500,000 of our current cash accounts to be invested in Wyoming class. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Item number 3 is resolution number 2024-09, a resolution regarding the proposed Cowboy Solar Project, authorizing the mayor to pursue and secure possible impact assistance funds on behalf of the town as provided by Wyoming law. And this was kind of a late ad, so if anybody would like to peruse it. So, I guess just a little bit of background. It's a solar project that the industrial siting is going to allow for some community impact funds to be distributed. So the process is we have a hearing about, we propose a dollar figure. They have a hearing. I don't know if they call it a hearing, Alex. What is it called? Hearing to decide whether our numbers are right, wrong, or they come up with a different number. But Kim and Alex have been working on putting numbers together for that, and so the thought being that it's a big project that's going to have a workforce coming into the area. So that was kind of a hodgepodge of explaining it, but
Where's it taking place?
Southeast Cheyenne.
Yeah, it's out on
Okay, it's that big one out there.
So we're looking to seek funds to build infrastructure. What? I'm not quite sure I understand what the.
It's to offset any expenses that could be incurred in the community because of extra bodies coming into the community.
Okay.
So you kind of take our normal budget and, kind of take the population, and there's some crazy formula that they use at DEQ to help figure out some numbers. And in addition to that, we also consider any planning and development in that figure. that is not covered by other grant monies at this point in time. And then we would potentially receive a payout on a monthly basis over the course of the project,
Okay.
which is 30 months,
Yes,
approximately 30 months.
about 30 months. That's the projection, at least.
Is there an estimate on how many employees they would be bringing on, or do we know that?
I think they're looking at a minimum of,
Okay.
was it 130 some odd, but the number went as high as 256. Of course, that would be spread out between Cheyenne
And
and,
that's non-local.
that would be non-local, yes,
Gotcha.
non-local. And that is, not all Pine Bluffs, of course, but where we have a very attractive RV park, and, we would probably be an attractive community for workers coming in with families.
Sounds good. I move to approve resolution 2024-09.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution 2024-09. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Do we have any visitor comment? All right, department reports, Jana?
Got nothing.
Dave?
The airport meeting that would have been tomorrow got rescheduled. Currently, we're looking at postponing that till next Thursday. Nothing to report either.
Well, as long as we're going by me, I think the three of us attended WHAM, like usual WHAM conference. There was some good stuff and some average stuff, but there was some pretty good things. I learned some things, so probably more inspirational than learning, I would say, but.
Yeah, one of the sessions on employment law was pretty good. Thought that was interesting, and mostly it was information I'd heard, other places, but it was a good refresher. But we did get to eat lunch with Carl Mecklenburg, so that's,
Yeah, right.
that was,
At
That's
our
interesting.
table,
Yeah,
with just the three of us.
yeah.
Yeah, there was an interesting, I think the afternoon session, I went to a discussion about SLIB grants. So that was really enlightening, but also really overwhelming. There is a lot of nuances to those things and a lot of really heavy information. So I learned a lot, but probably not as much as I could have. Just, it felt really overwhelming. So it was, that was a really good asset that they provided for us, was just some of that knowledge, and those contacts. So we can chat about that some other time, Kim, if you
Yes.
have any questions. And I guess on the WHAM note, that's my only update is they're working on that direct distribution bill for us. It hit the Senate yesterday for general file. It looks like it's set to be second reading tomorrow. So it looks like they are still moving forward with the increase to $146 million to be distributed to towns and counties, or towns, cities, and counties. So we'll see how that plays out. But WHAM's working really hard to lobby for us on that. So big thanks to those guys.
Yes, given that it's been 10 years since that
Yeah.
number's changed, that'd be great. All right, Dennis,
Had the monthly landfill meeting. They had their annual inspection and everything went well. So they're in good standing with DEQ. The only other real business is they want to sell paddle scraper and get some smaller new equipment. And we're hoping to make it a straight across trade, basically, sell the paddle scraper and get a new loader and a new skid loader and a telehandler. That's about it. Leave them all out there.
Great. Alex?
Just working on some projects, the Cowboy Solar, and Kim's doing the heavy lifting on that. We have a proposal, 98% there for the airport hangars. I think there were maybe a couple of things in talking to Kevin that might have not necessarily been overlooked, but, you know, just the kind of thing doesn't occur to somebody, because the initial projections of the subject territory for the lease, I'm not sure it actually hooked up to like a taxiway or a ramp area. So, I mean, they have to be able to get to the area that the plane takes off.
On the
Can't have a-
mapping, it's
Yeah, you
straight,
can't have
it's
a
straight
no man's
across
land
on
in there.
that side, it needs the rest
Yeah.
of the ramp on that
Yeah,
side.
so it's gonna be a little bit more than what we thought. And sometimes it's helpful for people to have some extra room outside the actual building, so you can park a pickup out there and that kind of thing. And we just wanna make sure we cover those details so that, you know, there's no confusion about it going on as we move forward with it. But Kevin's working on rounding up I don't actually have names for anything yet. And, so I've got the lease done, but it's got a bunch of blanks in it, so, but we're getting there on it. Might have it next time.
Great. Austin?
I just have one thing. I did a Facebook message about my attempts to follow through with an Explorer program here, gauging interest, and I received a lot of it, more than I expected, to be honest. But I think it's a good thing. At some point, I guess I need some direction. Do you want me to bring that forward to the council and to the mayor about approval for something like that, or is that something that I can just start as long as I work out the liability stuff with Alex? And I've already spoken to Kim kind of about that too.
I guess I don't have a feeling either way. If it's something, I don't know what the budget for a program like that is. That would be another,
What I've done in the
Issue.
past is we created a 501c, so nonprofit, and it's all run out of that. It's not, we don't run it out of the police department or town budgets. If the town wants to put into that non-for-profit side of things, then good. A lot of the trainings we do are in-house, so.
well, I'm supportive, but it sounds like maybe you should, when you get it all kind of, the program figured out, maybe you should come talk to us about it.
Okay.
And I don't think anybody has it. People are free to speak for themselves, but I would really be interested in hearing about kind of what your plan is and how it's all gonna work.
Okay,
Me too.
I can do that.
Great.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks. Jackie.
Got nothing.
Okay,
I guess as you all know, I submitted my resignation to Mayor Fornstrom last Friday, and I will be working with him through that process as we move forward, so.
right. I'm trying to think. Anyway, yes, we will work through that, and we appreciate your contributions to the town of Pine Bluffs and sorry to see you go, so.
Thank you.
Kim?
Happy to announce that Andy successfully completed the exam and all requirements for his wastewater certification. So we will be able to release our second contracted one. As you know, by statute, we need to have 2 certified water and wastewater operators for the town, and so now we have them both in-house. We also received information from YDOT that, on how to proceed with our TAP grant for the pedestrian ADA improvement master plan project. Basically, they provided a list of consultants that are on file with YDOT. We selected, I think, 5 firms from there for them to bring their statements of qualifications for us to review. I do need 3 to 5 individuals to sit on a selection board. And the mayor has agreed to be one of them. I can sit on the board, but I requested 2 council members. So from that, I just need to know when folks would be available for us to have that meeting with YDOT. I would imagine it would probably take a couple of hours.
I'm happy to participate
Okay.
whenever you need me.
Okay,
I would do it too.
super. And then I can just get in touch with you guys then, either after the meeting or tomorrow, to coordinate some days that may work for you, so I can let YDOT know.
And we're gonna get one other, Sonia? Is that
Yes,
correct?
I recommended that maybe Sonia sit on the board too, since
Yeah.
she is most familiar with things like what we would like for greenways and other pedestrian pleasantries versus just our sidewalks.
Great.
And that's all I have for now. Still working with HDR on finalizing that plat, which we will have to you all for review and signature at the next meeting. And just scheduled to release the RFP to start the infrastructure on the North project next week.
Great. Announcements and meetings.
So next meeting would be March 11th at 6 PM. And then there is also, you all should have gotten your elected quarterly officials dinner invitation from the city of Cheyenne. If you can RSVP, Jana gave me hers, I RSVP'd to Holly for her. If anyone else has theirs, I can take it, or you're free to email Holly back, whichever is most convenient for you.
Perfect.
Anything else? Anyone?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Moved and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.